Hi, I'm Mike Grocott and welcome to this supplementary video for my book, How to be Better at Communicating in Person and Online. When you're meeting in the same room with everybody else there, you can look around the room and you can see them there. It really is fairly straightforward. When you're using technology, however, then you need to get whatever technology it is that you're using to allow you to get the best possible view of everybody else who's also in that online session. As I mentioned in the book, my favourite communication tool for doing online communications is Zoom. And what I thought I'd do is just share this quick video with you to show you how the different functionality options that you've got within Zoom can allow you to get the best possible view of everybody else who's in that session. To do that, what we need to do is jump into a Zoom session. So here we are in a Zoom meeting. I've just asked the other 4 people in the Zoom to turn their videos off just for the moment. This is the gallery view that you'll be in probably most of the time, where you can see lots of other people inside the meeting. There is an alternative view. In the top right hand corner you've got the speaker view, which it's something I'll come back to because most of the time you're probably going to be in the gallery view. What you can do in Zoom while you're in the gallery view is you can move people around, which might be quite handy to get the right people in the right places, so you can see people however you would like to do that. Now, of course, in a lot of Zoom meetings, somebody might be sharing some content, like some slides or a website and so on, and that will affect the way that the view is. Let's see how it does it. So here we are in the default standard view mode. So you've got a row of little buttons across the top and a great big chunk of shared content there in the middle of the screen, which is a little bit overkill. So how can you make it better so you can see more people and more realistically sized content? That's done through the View Options menu. And so what I'd suggest you do is, first of all, you select Side-by-Side mode. What that will do is it'll put your shared content on one side and the videos of everybody else on the other side. Again, by default, as you can see, they are in gallery mode. And so you can, if you want to, drag people around into a particular order. Now, there's quite a small area for the videos and a large area for the real estate for the shared content. And so what you've got is this little dividing bar here, which you can just drag it across to change the proportions. So now the space for the shared content is a lot smaller. There's a much larger space for everybody else, so you can see more people with bigger pictures. And this is obviously going to make it easier to get a feel for everything that's going on. So what you can do, whether there's shared content being displayed or not, is you can play around with the Zoom settings to help you to see everybody else and everything else there. But sometimes, however, you need to focus on one of the people in the meeting. Effectively, you want to put a spotlight on them as if they might be on a stage, which of course, if it were a real face-to-face in-person event, they might be, because they might be doing a presentation and so on. Zoom allows you to do that. Why would you like to do it? Well, let's have a look. First of all, we'll get rid of that shared content. And here we are back in gallery mode. Now, there are only 5 people in this meeting, but if you had 25 people, then whoever's actually speaking might get a little bit lost in the display. And yes, people could drag it around, but that's just a little bit of a chore in many ways, especially when, as the host of the meeting, you can simplify it for everybody. What you can do is you can just right click on whoever it is that you want to be highlighted and spotlighted and just spotlight them for everybody. Everybody can now see that person who is perhaps the key person who's speaking at that time in the meeting. Now again, by default it throws up this massive great big picture of them and the little windows at the top, but once more, selecting gallery view will allow you to go back to seeing everybody else, but whoever is spotlighted will be in that top left hand corner. And if they, for example, were then to share some content, then that spotlighting carries through. So again, the content is on the left hand side. It's remembered the settings from before, but that spotlighted person, as you can see, is at the top. And if you were to change the proportions, whatever you did, whoever is spotlighted will be at the top. If you wanted to only see the speaker, then that's when you can change the view perhaps to speaker mode, so you can then get a zoom in on the speaker and also on their content. What Zoom is enabling you to do is to see everybody else as well as if you were there in person, or to ensure that everybody else can see who needs to be seen at that point in the meeting. You're using the technology to be your eyes in that meeting as if they were there in person. I like Zoom. It's got lots of different options on how you can see the other people there, and it's really important that you do that so you get the best possible view of everybody else who's at the meeting or session or whatever, so you can really make it almost as good as being there in person. This is a supplementary video for my book, How to Be Better at Communicating in Person and Online. You can find all of the resources for my book on my website at www.intercog.co.uk. Thanks for watching.